Hello guys, this is Ivan. This image that you see right here was taken by the Hubble telescope on April 30th, 2013. This other image was taken by the Hubble telescope too on April 10, 2013. Both of these pictures right here are the comet ISON. Comet ISON, the astronomical name is C/2012 S1. ISON goes for International Scientific Optical Network. But what this means, what International Scientific Optical Network means, or what it is this thing, why they put this name to this comet? Let's look at this page. This image that you see right now, it comes from the website from ISON, which goes for International Scientific Optical Network. Now, this place was established in 2004 to carry out regular monitoring or track of the population of artificial objects at high altitude orbits, like satellites, and they are orbiting on a place we call GEO. This is a few show what this ISON actually do. This is what the GEO means. Their satellites they're made by man that orbit in the air. But this is this right here, this line you see around. This is what we call objects at high altitude orbits. For example, the International Space Station, it's going on the low orbit. It's around here. GPS satellites go around here, and then here go other type of satellites. That's the starter, the main reason why they start doing this ISON idea. Okay, now since 2004 to this date, this network joins 23 observatories in 10 different countries, and they are located in different parts around the globe. This is an updated map, but I believe there is one new place that they just joined to this network, and it's located in Mexico, somewhere around here, in Sonora, Mexico. Since 2006, this ISON start tracking not only satellites that orbit in the GEO or high altitude orbits. Now they also track near Earth asteroids, or they can, I mean, asteroids or meteors. They can be a threat or risk to the planet Earth or to the Earth civilization. So these ISON are actually, thanks to this observatories, this network, that's how we discovered the comets Pan-STARRS a few months ago, and also Elenin. On this network, on ISON, there's astronomers from around the globe that work on this place. And right here, this is two of them. They're Russians, so far I know. The one on the left, his name is Artyom Novichanok, and this one on the right is Vitaly Nevsky. I hope I say it right. I don't want to disrespect any of these persons. Well, those persons, those astronomers, those are the ones who discovered this comet ISON. The announcement of the discovery of this comet was made on September 24, 2012. Okay, now we know why we got this name from this comet, and now let's find out some facts about this comet. The nucleus, I make this funny picture right here. The nucleus, it's an estimate to be from 2, 3, or 4 miles across. You may have an idea what's the 3 or 4 miles. The coma or tail, it's an estimate to be 3,100 miles across. Just to have an idea, what's 3,100 miles across? It's a little bit more bigger than Australia. It's a little bit more, not much, but just to have an idea. Oh, just to put a picture in your mind. Imagine Australia. The big Australia it is. It's an estimate of how big is the tail of this comet. I mean, I'm sorry for this comet. The coma of this comet across. Now the length of the comma of the tail, we call this a comma. It's 57,000 miles. Now this is a large, and this this comet is just made it the same thing as most of the comets. It's ice, water and ice form. It's methane in there, also ammonia and other compounds. A lot of pieces of rocks in here. Now let's talk about the orbit of this comet, or of ISON Comet. This page is from NASA website. It tracks comets and asteroids. It's actually called Near Earth Object Program. So far, it's been, this website's been working good. It's been showed that it's bring a good information if you want to track or know a little bit more about the orbits of asteroids or comets. And so far, the comet ISON is completely safe. There is no risk or no threat of impact on the planet. It's actually will pass a very, very far away distance from the planet Earth. It is promised to be a big, spectacular comet because how big it is, and it will be bright and a good chance to take pictures and video. Probably for a lot of people will be the first time, to see a spectacular event like this in the space. Now let's use this program for a few. It's dated. Put the date today. It's date July 29. So far but this date, this is the comet right here. The center should be the sun. As you can see, it already passed the Jupiter orbit, and it's about to get close to Mars. Now this is a cool program. I'm gonna put the links of these pages in the description of the video. There is a chance in here where option you can click the day or by hour, but we're gonna choose the day, and we're gonna step little day by day to see how close is getting ISON to our sun. You can click play the movie, or you can just step by day. But there's something cool about these dates. This is one of the things I want to show. By around this time, Comet ISON will be passing very close to Mars. So it's not a chance to hit Mars, but it's just gonna be passing close. Now, to our planet Earth is right here. This is not on a scale. Remember that the sun is in the middle. But by this date, October 6th, already passed Mars orbit, and then we're gonna have one close approach to the planet Earth, but it's gonna be until the future. See, by November 16th, I said a little bit more before, we'll be past close to Mercury. Now this is where I want to get. Around this time, let me see, go back one. Around November 28th, November 29th, this is when the comet is gonna turn. It makes the orbit around the sun and turns and then go back. Around this time, this is where I believe it's when most of these pages or astronomers or pages about astronomy talking about the comet will be more brighter than the full moon. I don't really think nothing can be brighter than the moon on the night and a full moon. I mean, but there's something that it probably can happen in here on the daytime. By these 2 days, November 28, 29, when the comet go back to the crosses the backside of the sun and come back, there I think probably will be a chance that you can see the comet on the daytime. Do it during on the daytime. You cover the sun with your hand or with an object or something. Remember, never look direct to the sun. But I believe if you cover the sun with your hand or an object, you're probably going to be able to see the comet on the side. I'm not sure it's gonna be on the left or right, but I think if it stays the same big and bright comet, it's a chance that you can probably see the little light in there. Now it all depends too in the magnetic fields of the sun and the gravitational spinning, that there's a chance that this comet probably disintegrated by the time it turns around the sun. So if this happen, and then it's gonna lose the glow, and then it's gonna be less bright. It will still be a nice comet to see on the nighttime, but if this thing get disintegrated by the sun, it's gonna probably happen two things. It can probably just cut it in pieces, or probably completely finish the comet, or it probably gonna get the comet keep going but with less bright. Now remember, this is the 2 days that I recommend you to look at this any side of the sun. I'm not sure if it can be left or right, but try to look. If you probably can see it, probably you can take pictures if you use a camera with the filters, with the solar filters. A little note about this is that if you can see something like that on these 2 days, don't think that it's something else that you look at it. I don't want to say this, but don't think it's Nibiru or Planet X, like a lot of people be talking about over and over and things about around the sun. I mean, so far the pictures and videos that I see so far, it's just lens flares. Whoever doing these things, they're probably gonna need to get a little bit more involved at what photography is. Probably take a little course or classes and learn what is the effects when you take a picture to the sun, even with filters or no filters. But the point is this: in these 2 days, if you see something on the sun, on the left or right, don't panic. It doesn't mean nothing bad. It's just the comet that is turning around. And if you see it, you should be real happy, because it will be something real cool to see. You're not gonna see it probably often, Now another let's keep moving forward, and there is another interesting day about this. Let me see. This is gonna be another close approach to the air. Once the comet pass and turn around the sun, if it's still alive, if it's still keep moving, and then the next approach to the air will be on this date. I think it's about here. There's that December 18. Let me see. Okay, I explain you. There we go. This is the Earth distance on December 27. Let me get a little bit of this. Now, but December 27, this is gonna be the closest approach to the Earth. Right here is the Earth distance. Is 0.427 AU, means astronomical units. 1 astronomical unit is the distance from the Earth to the Sun. Let me see. What's the distance right now? Here, it probably depends, because the planet is making a turn around the Sun in an oval form. But so far we know it's about 92,960,000 miles. That's the distance. Now we looking at around 0.4 something. It's about a little bit less than half of this number. That's the distance that the comet will pass to the air. So as you can see, it's still gonna be completely safe. We're talking about, let me just give a rough estimate right here. We're talking around 40 million. It's about 40 million miles around. 40 million miles distance from the planet Earth to the comet. It's still a very, very good far away distance and completely safe for the planet. Now, after this date, the comet is gonna start. I mean, it's gonna keep moving away from the sun and away from our planet Earth. But I think we still can be able to see it on the nights. It's a chance that probably this comet will be visible for several times, probably a month or so. Now, keep in mind that if the comet survives the turn around the sun, and then it's still going to be a beautiful thing to see. But comets are unpredictable, so it is a chance that probably can break in pieces and just disappear, show it's over, or there's a chance they lose their glow, and or probably just keep going the same way. But either way, I think we're gonna be able to see something like this. This is special moments. You should be really happy and excited about it if you like the astronomy, because there's something like this thing, so you don't see it every day. Probably you see it few times in your lifetime, few times, few moments in your lifetime. Well, now let's talk about the next fact about this comet is the orbital period. Let me see. Get this zoom out. There's something about this comet. I make a very special comet. It's this thing. As you can see, the comet, the way it's traveling, is actually going between. It's actually getting to the solar system between Jupiter and Mars. It goes down. It goes under the Jupiter orbit, and then it will go back on the top of Jupiter orbit. Now, on this description, this comet, you probably see this in here, but if not, I'll show you something. The classification of this comet, or what it means, the orbital period, it's called hyperbolic comet. This means the next thing. Okay, this is a demonstration in here of how the objects in space move or orbit or make the orbit. We're talking about astrodynamics right now, and what you see right here, this is something we call orbital eccentricity. This means it's the parameter that determines the amount by which it orbits around another body deviates from a perfect circle. For example, in the gray color, we can see that the orbital eccentricity is 0. This means the orbit of any body, it's like in a circle form, a perfect circle. Now the 0.5, what we call the eccentricity 0.5, it's making a different one. It's like a oval. This one we call elliptic. Now this is how the moon orbits around the planet Earth, and actually this is kind of how the planet Earth its orbit around the sun, and that's why we got 4 different stations, like the weather, it's the different stations. Therefore, now if it's greater than 1, as you can see right here, it's called parabolic trajectory. Now if it's greater than 2, the eccentricity is greater than 2, at this one right here, it's called hyperbolic trajectory. Now this blue area, this is the kind of comet at ISON it is. This is a hyperbolic trajectory. Now these two, the parabolic and hyperbolic trajectory, these two are escape trajectories. What this means is a comet or asteroid traveling on this way, on this kind of trajectories, eventually when they turn around of their sun, of the orbit they do, it will be so faster that it will escape the trajectory, and it will never come back again. This is what it means. And these two, like on 0 on 0.5, it make complete turn and come back over and over. This is what happened with most of the asteroids, comets. It happened often, but like an ISON case, it will never see it again in here, because it will just get loose on the space, on the universe. Now this shape of eccentricity 1 and 2, this shape, it's called hyperbola. Now I want to take this opportunity to explain in a better few moments about the 0.5 eccentricity number. This is the reason why, like, this is the black dot. Let's pretend this is our main body. Let's say this is the planet Earth, and the red one is the moon. The moon makes this kind of orbit, elliptical. Now this is the reason why every 28 days or so, say 28.5 days, the moon turns and it stays on the same position again. It takes 28.5 days to make one turn around the planet Earth and come back again. Now because it's elliptic orbit, the moon is tilted from to the Earth, just one side more close, that to the other side more far away. Now, when the moon is in this position right here, this situation is called perigee. Now, when the moon is in a far away as possible to the Earth, it's called apogee. Now, when the moon is located on this position and it is new moon or full moon, and it's in a closest approach to the Earth, this is what we call a perigee moon or supermoon. The same happened with the planet Earth when orbits around the sun. The F body should be the sun, and pretend the red line is planet Earth. That's why every year, when the planet Earth is very close to the sun, it's around summertime in the north hemisphere. Um, it feels too much hot. You know, the temperatures are really higher, and that's because the Earth is the more closest approach to the sun. But when the air it's on the backside, far away from the sun, it's when the temperatures are dropping around in the north side of the globe. You know, as cold as winter time and stuff like that. Now, because ISON it's a hyperbolic comet, it make a very special comet because once it passes around the sun and you see it, we will never see it again. I mean, in thousands of years or millions of years in the future, if life still exists, this comet is going forever. Now, where we can look the comet on the sky, there's more information in here. I got some pictures in here, some photos from NASA. This is just something that it was made it. But the date, December 25th, supposedly the comet will be somewhere around here. This is where we can, you know, from planet Earth, it's going to be a perfect time to see it. You know, it's going to be in a very close approach to the Earth. And this is right here, another one. It's the same date, but this one shows how the comet make this trajectory. Once it turns around the sun, it go back, and it's just going forever. This other image right here, it's a little bit more help to try to see the comet on the space. This is when around December 1st, 2012, when they start, follow this comet. Uh, by January and February, it was passing the Gemini constellation, but this is in 2013. Now we are in July. It's almost to August. So if you can look, take pictures or use a telescope, you probably can find it, but it's kind of hard, but it's possible. But it's now after it's now passing the Gemini constellation, and then by September it's gonna be passing Cancer. Now around this time, it's more likely to start see it more a little bit more visible with the naked eye. Like October, November, it's gonna be crossing by Leo constellation, but this is the area right here. So if you know a little bit about constellations, kind of pay attention to this, and this is how can you see it. This is a video that NASA did to track ISON. It's kind of cool. I'm gonna play for a few. I like it. It was pretty cool. A few more words that I like to say, guys, before I finish this video is this. Since about 3 years ago, I started working on an observatory in Houston. I volunteered in there, but I've been learning so much things from the people who work there. They're real astronomers there with a lot of experience. Been learning from other friends, astronomers online. And one thing I want to tell you is this, guys. It is a lot of information on the internet with people who talk about end of the world things. They spray rumors that make a lot of people feel scared or panic or just worry about it. Um, I noticed things like comets, like asteroids, and where the people just out of the blues start talking about this is gonna hit the air, this is gonna hit the moon, this is gonna do this, this is gonna do that. When you see videos like that on the internet, you gotta double check the facts because it's very, very difficult to look at the space and predict something that we don't even know. Most of the things that I just say right now, they have a strong scientific evidence. They've been studied um, using telescopes, using some other tools. Like there's telescopes to read the temperatures of planets and comets. Visually, you don't see it, but you know what it is. There's telescopes or other equipment that read sounds by noise. You can tell what is in there by sending a sound or stuff like that. So the people who make those videos, they're probably they're just disinformated. Like I don't blame on them. They probably try to look for the good and probably try to help. And the other way, on the other hand, I probably feel sometimes that they just try to be famous by acquire so many views or likes or whatever. But I don't think it's a fair game because when you try to explain them the situations or proof or ask them for proofs or evidence, they get mad and reject you, and then it close the ears to any other scientific opinions. I'm gonna give you some examples because I want to get to a point of what I'm saying right now. This is one. I want to start with this one. I make this video on November 5th, 2011. It was something about to happen a few days after this, but when I make this video, there were rumors around that there were an object around the moon, that there was a big object because an asteroid was coming, and they say the asteroid was gonna hit the moon, and they say the asteroid was gonna be visible right now on any side of the moon. That was on November 5th. Here's the date. I put this video on my channel a long time ago. It's about a few years from now on the past. This is another one right here. This was on November 8th, 2011. You probably remember this. This is the meteor. I mean the asteroid YU-55. Like I said, this asteroid was gonna pass on November 8th, very close to the moon. But back then, there were a lot of people saying that they was gonna hit the moon. This right here, that's a name. It's on my channel, in my videos too. This is right here. Go to YouTube. Just put on search asteroid YU-55. If you don't remember or if you don't know about this, you will find out all the videos that the people make about the end, about the apocalyptic asteroid. They're gonna hit the moon. So hit the moon. A lot of people were making videos and saying that it was gonna hit the moon, and a lot of people were worried, asking questions, and see closer that what we talk. If you keep doing this over and over, you just click on a box down there, the numbers you see. It was incredible. It's like phenomenal thing. Only people without the experience or any knowledge of space can predict something like the end of the world because an asteroid on the moon. Here's another example of what I'm talking about. FEMA was gonna make a test on September 11, 2011, and again, people will start making videos and talking about it was actually matching with the same, almost the same time of the asteroid, the the YU-55. They're start saying that it has something to do because FEMA actually was going to shut down the whole television and radio communications. Like they do in radios. They do like once in a while a little test to make sure, and they tell you this is just in a test. Now this time they were gonna do it on the whole television, and people start getting panic. Some people start making videos and say that it's actually the asteroid that was gonna hit the Earth, and there for somehow they find out using Google Earth. I remember a big huge X by the Pacific Ocean or something like that. I kind of remember that. I had my doubts, but then and I didn't believe that they're things they were selling, but that's what they did. And the more funny thing I remember is the when the FEMA make the test, because they were saying that the test was gonna last for 2-3 minutes and something bad is gonna happen. And I remember the day when FEMA make the test in Houston. I mean, I live in Houston. I mean, really, 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 it actually lasts for about maybe 2-3 seconds. It was ridiculous. Like, really, all this noise just for that. So I guess for somehow at least FEMA notice all these problems and say, well, we're just gonna cut it out for 1 or 2 seconds and that's it. Let's move on. And actually, a good thing is the tests work. That was the main purpose. They want to see in case of any emergency, it will work or not. So this is how you test things. When you use something new or you install or something, you have to test it before you make sure the things is working fine. So again, this was another time of bad things, prophecies about the end of the world things. Here's another right here, Elenin. It was a comet, but you see, the same thing happened. They were making videos about the end of the war. They were making videos about Eleni was the blue Kashina, and it was no alone. It has some spaceship like UFOs or aliens that were traveling with Eleni, 3 or 4, whatever. It was like a spaceship scoring the comet, and then they're same thing. They're saying that it was gonna make something in the planet, the end of the war, or beat catastrophe, or beat Armageddon, and it was the same thing. Like the UY-55, like the test of him, this comet Eleni, it passed and it's just gone. You can keep clicking on videos and you see. I mean, this is like a big phenomenon, in my opinion. Most of the videos about this, it's about negative things. It's about the end of the war, about something bad is gonna happen. It's like the people are wanted to something like this happen. Make me feel like that. Like, I mean, I've seen a very few scientific videos where scientific evidence, where cool things like you learn something, but most of this is just negative stuff. It doesn't even come true. And again, 2012, the end of the war, the end of the Maya calendar. It's the same thing happened. It was videos and videos and videos talking about that. People who was making they got a dreams. They say they dream this, they dream that. This is gonna happen. This was gonna happen. Nibiru's gonna come in this year, December. What's December 21st thing, 2012, and the same thing over and over. You will find out a lot of videos talking about that. Just click 2012 or end of the war or Maya calendar. You're not gonna find so many videos where they're gonna teach you things or show you stuff. You're gonna see videos where they're talking about the end again, the end and apocalyptic moments. Like I said before, it looks like I mean, most of the people who make these videos are like looking for something like this happen to the planet. Like, looks like they need it probably. I don't know. Don't understand completely quiet this. Still study this behavior on humans. this thing right here, Nibiru. I was just gonna show you something, and any astronomer or even a amateur astronomer will tell you this about Nibiru. Just put in Google Nibiru 2011. You see already so many pictures and videos about Nibiru and the left or right side of the sun, right? You see that? Now try to change the year for 2012, and again you're gonna find that more videos now in Antarctic. Actually, somebody make this. It was like very cool thing. They made it. But the thing is, next year the same. The same Nibiru. Now this thing right here, this is a sundogs. It's just normally things. This is the sun, and actually it's not only this. It happened in top on the two sizes, top and bottom. That's not something normal. But the point is this: they're still talking about the same planet Nibiru, and note this. Check this out. It's always on the same position, right? Left, right. Now this one, they say there's the sun and there's Nibiru. I mean, seriously, you can actually see it's the same size, the same shape. It's obviously the sun, and it's a reflection on the through a lens that they use, or probably through a window. I notice some people when they do this kind of videos, they go inside the car, pull the window up, or go inside the house and start recording to the sun through the window. So it's obviously that you're gonna get these lens flares plus the lens of the camera. So there's two pieces of glasses in there, and it's obviously you're gonna get this. Is normal. Now, one more thing. Click to 2013, and you'll find out again the same pictures. Now this is in July. They say this is a video, and then obviously, I mean, look at this one. If you click in there, you're gonna find out that these two objects are exactly the same size, the same bright. I mean, it's not to make you think that it's just a reflection. And the point is this: since 2011 to 2013, for 3 years in a row, people is been showing pictures and videos of a planet X or Nibiru on the left or right part of the sun. Now, any astronomer or amateur astronomer will tell you this: if that thing is true, if there's actually a planet, but I mean close to the sun, in 3 years should move position. It will not stay in there forever. I mean, this is just a little common sense. If you use it, you will find that this, if this thing is true, the Nibiru planet X is true, and it's there, it should move. Like, it will don't stay in the same position all the time. It will move, I mean, from to us, back or whatever, but it will move. This is how any object in space it's behave. It doesn't stay all the time in the same position. It moves actually, especially if there's say a Nibiru or planet X is moving. So it should be moved already since 3 years ago. Now, with all this that I say, I want to get to this point. It's the same thing happen again with ISON. Just click ISON in YouTube and you see. Again, warnings. Comet ISON is coming. But look at this right here. This is like, seriously, did Comet ISON cause the apocalypse in the ancient past? I mean, I just explained, if this person right here make a real research, scientific research, this comet is unique and never come before, and it will never come back again. It's a hyperbolic comet. Need to study a little bit about astronomy to understand that it's impossible that this comet already passed before. Look at the patterns. That's how we know about these movements on the space. But the point is this: is the same happen again with ISON. Now, the only thing I wanna do when I make this video is do not be worried about this. Don't be scared about this. It is not chance of ISON hit the Earth or the Moon or a planet so far. It is possible that something like that happen. Asteroids can hit our planet, the Moon. Look at the Moon; it's been hidden many times, and the Earth too. One asteroid actually make the dinosaur disappear, but it's nothing happened like that yet. So don't worry about it. Enjoy this, and try to learn some things in the future about this events in space. Now, the last 10 or 15 minutes, I'd spend the time talking about these apocalyptic things, about how the people used to create rumors and spread it and make other people scared. There's one reason, the main whole reason why I did this on the last part of this video. It's because this. Do you remember this? This picture right here. This is a comet. It was a long time ago, and I think that's the first comet that I see in my life. In my life, it's the first comet I see it, and actually was visible for a very long period of time, probably for about a month. Back then, I was a little guy, and I didn't understand anything about the space, and I didn't have any tools or computer or things to research. Back then, there were no computers around. There were no technology like that. There were no cell phones, nothing like that. This was the Hale-Bopp comet on 1997. If you make a research about this comet was especially very huge, bright, and I don't remember right now the dates or the information, but I'm pretty sure it was like 2, 3, 4 more, 4, 5, 6 times bigger than ISON. This comet was amazingly big and huge. Plus, it came with extra stuff, not only methane or ammonia, but it came with some other danger things like bad combinations. And you may remember this. I was very little when this happened, but I remember still. If you make a research, probably you will remember. If you don't know, I'm going to explain you pretty quick what happened when this comet appears in 1997. This person right here, his name was Chuck Schremek. He died in, I think, 2000. He was from Houston, Texas. He did work in a radio station program in here, and he took this picture. This is the comet, Hale-Bopp. He took this picture, and he believed that this object right here was a spaceship that it was following the comet. A few times after, he said that it was proved that there was a star, but meantime he called to the station radio thing. It was the AM coast to coast, and they start making a big deal about it. But it was not it. I mean, people start talking about the end of the war and stuff like that back then. Now, what happened is this: there was a church, a religion group called Heaven's Gate, and on Heaven's Gate, this person right here, his name is Marshall Applewhite. He was the leader of this organization, this religion. What he did is he believed that it was real, that the UFO spaceship was following the Hale-Bopp comet. So what he did, he organized a mass suicide. They talk, or this person, Marshall Applewhite, he talked that they will teleport into the spaceship. They were going to the spaceship and going to another world, to another place. 39 people died that day, 21 women and 18 men. They took a pill like a drug, and then they took alcohol, and then the way they died, they just like suffocated, like a plastic bag on their heads, and they die on the beds. This happened in a place, in a neighborhood called Rancho in Santa Fe. It's near San Diego in the United States. What happened that day was something, I think it's something sad, because the reason they did this thing it was because I don't say not blame on nobody, but I just saying they got a misinformation on something. Everything happened because they didn't understand something, and they believed something that it was completely wrong. And a few time after this, like before this collective suicide happened, a lot of astronomers and astrophysics and actually universities explained that this was it was a star, but they didn't believe it. They keep believing that there was a spaceship traveling with the comet Hale-Bopp. And I already explained what happened back then. The universe is a very beautiful space is something beautiful to look at it. There's so many things we can look and enjoy. That's the more important thing. We can enjoy these events. So all this video, I hope it can be it can help you in somehow I'm sorry and apologize for taking several minutes explaining about the negative area and things about this, but I just want people have a right information on them. Whenever you research on YouTube or looking for videos, they're telling you about scientific evidence about this. This comet ISON, it's a beautiful thing. It's gonna happen, and you can be ready if you want to take pictures of a camera, take a video. You can start learning how to do it, astrophotography, because like I say, it's something that we should enjoy it a lot about this, especially if you like the space or you like astronomy, like the way I do. Now, before I finish this video, I want to invite you to this. If you don't planning to take pictures or video of this comet ISON, you are very welcome to come to my page on Facebook. I have two pages on Facebook, and I'm planning to get coverage of this comet, pictures, video. And you are very welcome if you want to come and give me a like. I will appreciate that. Um, I will post the links on the description of this video. But this page right here I created about a little bit more than a year ago for the transit of Venus, and you just click by facebook.com/astronomy Houston. This is one of them. I'm pretty much talking about astronomy on this page right here. This is my second Facebook page, and I've used this one right here for photography. Now on this page right here, it's more likely where I'm gonna post the pictures of the comet and videos of the comet ISON. You are very welcome to come over here and give me a like too. Like I said before, I'm gonna post the links on the description of this video. Well, that's it for now, and thank you very much for watching this video.